Hello, Fabulous Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2016, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an exciting month it is. It's a beautiful month at that, and especially right out of the gate, you are coming into this month with new moon energy, fresh energy, and it's happening at the very top of your sky. This is about career. This is about direction, life purpose, and feeling a sense of motivation towards something that you feel is worthy of achieving, worthy of a legacy at that. So big changes are certainly afoot with this. Some vision, some inspired understanding of the direction that you are going in is very likely to open up for you. Now, this particular energy can also be really good if you have any type of interview situation, you need to have a talk with a boss, or there's some pitch you're making, something that you are trying to achieve, and you're trying to get people in a position of authority on your side. Those activities are especially blessed under a new moon like this. What I also really like about this new moon is that there is a sense here of feeling a deeper sense of connection with life purpose, and really a desire to do something that feels truly meaningful to you, and especially to align a sense of prosperity with what is meaningful to you. That theme is especially lit up with this new moon, doing work in a way that feels like you're doing something that is meaningful and you're creating prosperity for yourself as a result. It could work really well for you to consider, to look at how it is that you can bridge those two together, whether it is just in your own life, in your own projects, or in a more professional way. Regardless, you've got lots of cosmic support on your side, really to come up with a winning idea that creates greater prosperity for you, puts you on the path of greater prosperity, but also greater achievement, greater self-respect. And that ultimately is however you define it. Success is deeply personal. The definition of success is deeply personal. However you define it, you are moving in that direction. As we move towards the middle of the month, we are going to have a full moon. Now, this full moon is super lucky full moon, and it is speaking in supreme harmony with Pluto. This particular full moon is happening at the very base of your chart. And what this does suggest is good changes, especially where it comes to matters of home, where it comes to matters of where you live. If you've been trying to make any changes on those front, if you've wanted to make changes on those front, if you've wanted to redecorate, if you've wanted to move, if you've been thinking about bringing in a new roommate, all of that very blessed with this energy. Now, this energy is also really good where it comes to your parents or your family of origin. So this can bring some really positive developments on those fronts for you as well. And of course, as I said, if it's just about changing up your living space, that can go really well. But I gotta say, if you are thinking about moving in order, or selling or buying in order to create greater prosperity for yourself, or you have a home-based business, that type of endeavor, those types of endeavors could go supremely well for you. If you feel ready to make a move, ready to change up your living space, whether it is actually going to another space or just changing where you live, lots of cosmic support to have it go exceedingly well, to have it go in a way that actually becomes part of greater prosperity for you. As we move towards the end of the month, we are going to have a new moon take place. Now, this new moon closing out the month is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with friendship. And this is where it gets a little different. This is where it gets a little tricky. When I look at this particular part of the sky, it does suggest a need to be mindful, a need to be conscious with the people who are coming into your life. It's very possible that you may not be seeing people very clearly. It's possible they may have other motives that aren't necessarily as much on the surface as you may like. And it's also possible that you're meeting them and you're thinking that this is a certain person and they're a certain way. They may have achieved a certain amount, or they're a certain place in their life, and the reality is very different. So just be mindful of that. That is the type of thing that can play out here. So just stay open to it, stay open to the possibility, and see who it is that ends up being attracted into your life. And also, whatever you're told, really, new people you're meeting through groups, through memberships, take it with a grain of salt, right? Just let it be what it needs to be in the moment, and give it a little bit of time, because in the fullness of time, it could end up being like extremely well, but you've got to give it a little bit of time. This same area of life is going to become very lucky for you as we move towards the late part of December. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it then. Having said that, let's talk about love, okay? That's happening in terms of friendship, as I mentioned, but I do want you to be a little bit mindful. We do have Mars moving into your sign this month, and that is going to give you a real desire to move, a desire to live a life that's passionate, and a desire to connect with other people, especially in real time on the physical level. And so this can be really nice to meet new people because you're motivated, you're getting out there, you're taking chances, you're doing what you need to do to actually be introduced to others, okay, if you will. That's what's actually taking place. You're motivated from that place, and so it allows greater connections to be made. Considering that, and particularly considering at the end of the month, you'll be carrying Mars into December as well, and carrying Mars with this new moon. It is also possible that, you know, somebody that you're very attracted to, it's not what it may seem necessarily, especially if you're meeting them right around the new moon. So just be a little bit mindful of that. But for all that, other parts of the month seem to be a lot stronger. And especially once we get you into December, like I said, it is looking really good on all fronts. If you are somebody in an established bond, there is going to be a desire to be connected to this person. Let's put it that way, that much more. Desire for new experiences will be part of this energy as well. And a motivation to actually move your life forward. So there's a sense now of understanding your own independence, your own role within that particular bond. And at the same time, you know, when I look at this energy, I think about how, you know, if you are in a particular situation and there is a desire for new experiences, it's easy to get carried away by imagination of what other possibilities might be out there. That's that new moon at the end of the month. And yet, sometimes it's just really about the consideration and where it is the consideration takes you. So try not to be too hard on yourself if you find yourself daydreaming about a celebrity or something, or if you meet somebody and you know, find yourself having feelings. Try not to be too hard on yourself. Just know that ultimately this sky is really set up to help you to get very honest about how you feel about your current bond. Now, I'm also going to say this. We're going to have Venus meeting Pluto in the sky this month. And that is a lot of, you know, stuff that's stirring underneath, stuff that you may not be aware of, coming to the surface. And so this to me says, if you're in the right relationship, that love, that commitment is going to be very evident to both of you. Your depth of feeling is going to come right up to the surface. The depth of feeling your partner has will come right up to the surface. If there's something in the relationship that's not working for you, that also is going to become clear. And especially if it's stuff that you haven't wanted to look at, and especially if it's stuff that you haven't been aware of, awareness is certainly going to happen this month, and ultimately it will be the thing that empowers you. What I love about this month for you is that sense of direction, that sense of possibility, and that sense that your life is moving forward. You are moving forward, and you are moving in a better direction and becoming better at that. If you trust yourself, take ownership for whatever change you desire, and trust that you're moving in a positive direction, you will find all kinds of evidence to support just that, revealing itself to you.